I'm pretty excited for this. I just got a new Mac. This is a PowerBook 165. And this is the oldest laptop from Apple that I've ever had. Let's take a look around it. On this side we have a floppy drive. We do have these neat adjustable legs. So we can lower those down to change the angle. Also allow some airflow underneath. On the opposite side, we have a slot for the battery. I do have one battery. I have not tried this computer out yet, so I don't know if this battery works. Let's pop it in. There we go. Slide that in to lock it. Around the back, we have a cover that covers the ports up. And inside here, we have a SCSI port, an 80B port, a microphone, speaker, and display port, as well as a printer port and a COM port, and then our interrupt, reset, and power buttons. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Besides its thickness, this isn't a laptop size that's really out of place. It's about 3 or 4 times thicker than a laptop today. There's a little screen with a pretty big bezel and actually a pretty nice keyboard. Has a trackball and a couple mouse buttons. Has a chime, that's a good sign. You can hear the hard drive booting up. Maybe I need to, there we go. I just needed to change the display. So we have a couple bars across the screen. So this laptop is not in complete working order. Looks like the contrast button, contrast switch is a little screwy. Okay, it looks like this computer was left just as the way that it was. With all the software on it. There's a folder here called Dads. Do not touch. Corporate site design.doc. It's got some games. Kid pics, Lemmings Jr., Talking Spelling Bee. So obviously there was kids in this house. Willmaker 5, Wiz Island avatars. There's some software on here that I've never seen before. Software FPU. So it looks like some software they were running needed a floating point unit. They were trying to emulate one in software. Let's go to about this Macintosh. So it looks like we have about 12 megabytes of RAM in this machine. It's running System 7.5. So that is pretty decent. This is, of course, a black and white monitor. Let's go to monitors. So currently you can do 16 colors of gray. Actually, it looks a lot better now that I selected 16 colors. Yeah, it's really washed out when I select black and white. That's kind of interesting. Or 16 grays is what I meant to say. So I'm not sure if it has recognized the battery, but I think it has. There's a control panel PowerBook display here. Okay, this is where you can turn the mirroring on and off for your external display. Let's see if there's any other interesting things. There's a DOS mounter in here. Let's just open the control panel. So they have underwear installed. They've put SCSI probe into the control panel for some reason. They have MacLink Plus installed. There's a PowerBook control panel. Let's check that out. Okay, here we can set our performance levels, how much it's going to use the battery. It's pretty neat. All the way back then, this machine came out in 1994, that you can reduce the processor to get more battery life. So another control panel here. I can't tell what it is because there's a bar. So this is called DOS Mounter Plus. Not sure what it does. Looks like it probably mounts DOS formatted disks, I'm assuming. Check out the miscellaneous folder. A bunch of zip utilities and a Word file. I suppose Microsoft Word is still registered to the original owner of this laptop. Says we do not have enough memory at this current time to even run Word. We can see our desktop pattern now. Interesting icon for the hard drive. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Speaking of the hard drive, how big is this drive? It's a 100 megabyte drive. Well, I'm going to download the contents of this hard drive and archive it for later use. I'm glad to see that although the display is a little messed up, this is fully functional otherwise. I imagine if I unplug it, that it will turn off. Yeah. The battery no longer has any capacity, but the hard drive is still working, and this is still a very usable computer. Just plug a mouse into it and plug it into an external monitor. Very excited to be adding this to my collection. If you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.